Welcome back, everybody. We've got a lot of folks out there who are taking on the incredible responsibility of caregiving. And let me tell you something, it's not for the faint of heart. It takes guts, it takes heart, and it takes a whole lot of communication know-how. That's why we're kicking off this diploma course in caregiving with a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Communication techniques. Look, when you're caring for someone, whether it's a parent, a spouse, or a friend, you're stepping into their world, and they need to know you're there for them, really there. And that all starts with building trust. You can't build trust without effective communication. You gotta be able to listen, understand, and respond in a way that makes them feel heard, respected, and cared for. Over the course of this program, we're gonna dive deep into the nitty-gritty of what it really takes to communicate effectively as a caregiver. We're talking active listening, empathy, and a whole lot more, so buckle up, get ready to learn, and let's get started. Folks, I always say that communication is a two-way street, but when it comes to caregiving, it's more like a two-lane highway with you driving the empathy lane. And the first step to merging into that lane is mastering the art of active listening. I'm not talking about just hearing the words, I'm talking about really tuning in to what the person is saying and what they're not saying. Look them in the eye, nod your head, and put those cell phones away. Show them that they have your full, undivided attention. And don't just sit there like a bump on a log, folks. Ask clarifying questions. Say things like, "Tell me more about that," or "I hear you saying you're feeling frustrated." Is that right? Remember, caring is about connection, and you can't connect with someone if you're not present and engaged in the conversation. Active listening is the key that unlocks understanding, and that's what this is all about. We all have our own baggage, our own experiences that shape who we are. And when you're caring for someone, it's crucial to remember that they've got their own story, their own set of challenges. Empathy is about stepping into their shoes, seeing the world through their eyes, and understanding their feelings, even if you haven't walked the exact same path. It's about saying, "I may not fully understand what you're going through, but I'm here for you, I'm listening, and I care." Now, empathy doesn't mean you have to agree with everything they say or do. It's not about enabling bad behavior. It's about acknowledging their feelings and validating their experience. When you approach caregiving with empathy, you create a safe space for open and honest communication. And that's where the real healing begins. Clarity is kindness communicating clearly. Let me tell you something, folks. When you're dealing with someone who is vulnerable, the last thing they need is confusion. They need you to be clear, concise, and easy to understand. That means using simple language, avoiding jargon, and breaking down complex information into bite-sized pieces. Think of it like this: clarity is kindness. When you communicate clearly, you're showing respect for the person's time, energy, and ability to process information. And don't be afraid to repeat yourself if you need to. It's better to be a little repetitive than to leave someone feeling lost and confused. Remember, effective communication is not about showing off your vocabulary or using big, fancy words. It's about connecting with the person you're caring for and making sure they understand what you're saying. Beyond words, the language of nonverbal cues. Now, we all know that communication isn't just about the words we say. It's about the way we say them, our body language, our facial expressions, all of it. And when it comes to caregiving, paying attention to these nonverbal cues is absolutely crucial. You see, folks, sometimes the most powerful messages are sent without ever uttering a word. A gentle touch, a warm smile, making eye contact. These small gestures can speak volumes, especially to someone who might be feeling isolated, scared, or unsure. But here's the catch. You gotta be authentic. People can spot a phony a mile away, and the last thing you want is for the person you're caring for to feel like you're not being genuine. So be present, be mindful, and let your actions speak louder than your words. The bottom line, it's about respect. At the end of the day, folks, all of these communication techniques boil down to one fundamental principle: respect. Treating the person you're caring for with dignity and respect, regardless of their age, their condition, or their ability to communicate back to you. That means listening without judgment, offering support without condescension, and advocating for their needs, even when they can't advocate for themselves. Respect means honoring their boundaries, their wishes, and their autonomy. It means involving them in decision-making whenever possible, and giving them a voice in their own care. Remember, caregiving is a partnership, not a dictatorship. And when you approach it with respect, you create a foundation of trust and understanding that can help you navigate even the most challenging situations. Your journey to better communication starts now. We've covered a lot of ground today, but believe me, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Mastering these communication techniques takes time, practice, and a whole lot of patience. But I guarantee you, it's the most rewarding work you'll ever do. Remember folks, caregiving is more than just tasks and medications. It's about connection, compassion, and building meaningful relationships. And that all starts with effective communication. So go out there, put these techniques into practice, and remember, I'm rooting for you every step of the way. Stay tuned for our next chapter in this caregiving journey. We're going to delve into the practical skills of providing personal care, and I'll be right here to guide you through it.